What's up, everybody? This is the Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Mars and romantic relationship in Synastry. So this is going to be for Mars in aspect to Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, or Pluto, which is going to indicate the more harmonious placements. Okay, so this will be Mars, sextile, trine, or conjunct Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, or Pluto. And we're going to begin with Mars in aspect to Saturn. So this could feel quite restrained and controlled as Saturn makes Mars hit the brakes. Saturn allows Mars to mature, showing them how to express themselves in new ways. It can make Mars want to commit, assuming both parties are focused on the long term, the long haul, and have set their sights on their path of growth. So for partners with Uranian dominance, this can feel overwhelming, but with time, they can settle if all aspects allow it to be. The conjunction can feel heavy, especially for Mars, since Saturn may be older or just carrying themselves in a more mature way. Mars can feel restricted, but those obstacles can ease themselves over a course of time. The trine is more competitive and more cooperative and prefers for both parties since it can allow them to channel their energies into building a stronger foundation for their relationship. The sextile adds a level of commitment, but it might not be as strong as Saturn would like it to be. Either way, this is a recipe for a relationship that gets better over time. It is essential that both parties remain patient and also understanding. Mars to Neptune aspect. This would be considered a fairy tale connection when Neptune meets Mars. This can be a subtle bond, slutry bond, one that you could only have imagined in your wildest dreams. So I don't know what slutry is, okay, but with this connection, because it's a fairy tale connection, it's going to make these people believe in their mind that this is unreal, unbelievable. I can't believe you came into my life and you made me feel these kind of ways I never thought that I would feel. It would be something like that. They can't even imagine it in their wildest dreams. So while Neptune can make this feel faded and spiritual, it can also make you feel like you have on rose-colored glasses, being naive to the shit. So beware of who you are with and try to be more analytical once the glamour drops. With conjunctions, both parties will be in their own little world. Things will feel surreal until the shoe drops and both parties begin to see who they really are. So sometimes seeing the reality might be a little bit of a shock. But assuming there are positive and grounding Saturn aspects involved with both people can appreciate the other has to offer. So the trine adds some flair, but it will make both partners very hyper aware of whether whoever they are with. With the sextile, it is by far the most pleasant aspect since Neptune's mystery will be easily navigated. Mars will see Neptune as someone they can learn from, and this becomes similar to the Jupiter, which is in part one, if y'all didn't check that out, aspect, where one can serve as a guide to other without the smoke and mirrors the conjunction might provide. We also have Mars to Uranus here. So we have otherworldly connections, and Mars is enchanted by Uranus because of how they view the world. Mars understands levels of structure like Saturn, but it is extremely impulsive and not as rigid. However, meeting Uranus will bring Mars into a more Sagittarian role in this relationship. Woo! Which means that Mars is still, Mars is going to be seeking out that control, right? The conjunction will be explosive as Mars begins to pursue relentlessly for the freedom seeking and independent Uranian partner. This aspect surely delivers with excitement and unexpected moments that can wear down Mars over a course of time, over years. So, at the beginning of this connection, things can feel experimental or surreal, adding the tinge of the Neptune connection, but none of the fairy tale moments. So, this feels interdimensional interdimensional and transcendent for both. Oh my God, I'm just messing up today. You know what it is? It's cold as hell out here. So this feels interdimensional and transcendent for both people. All right, so this is another one that makes everything feel in its connection like it is strange, unusual. They're coming from different dimensions, but they can give off some energy to one another that is extremely powerful. Okay? So the trine allows these people to seek a compromise, and if both parties want to be in a non exclusive terms, this aspect can provide that with ease. The sector also The sector is also going to add a calmer level of excitement, so Uranus might surprise Mars with new experiences or travel opportunities, and generally will be more of a welcoming aspect for both parties if they are not natally a Uranian type of person. So here we have Mars to Pluto. Okay, definitely Mars to Pluto is one of these aspects, especially if it's in a sector, opposition and conjunction. And so this is going to play a role here, but this is one that people should really stay away from when it pops up in Synastry, because it brings to the table a lot of conflict, anger, frustration. Okay, very intense, very passionate, even though these people will be absolutely drawn to one another. So this one right here, though, being that it's going to be a sectoral trine conjunction, right? Because conjunctions swing back and forth. This will be a connection that will be infamously viewed as an epic due to the intensity. Mars and Pluto are both warriors, and they are both warrior signs. And with the trine, this connection can mean changes in the lives of both people involved. Mars is driven, and Pluto is willing to accept Mars' drivenness, okay? And Pluto is willing to accept Mars as they are. A positive aspect with these two planets creates chemistry that can be deemed as off the hook, off the charts, okay, off the meat rack. However, this is all about power and control dynamics, as Pluto wants to dominate Mars, okay, and Mars wants to do the same thing. Okay, here we go. So, as long as both parties can create a balance, this can flow perfectly. They can achieve greatness together, but if they let their ego or jealousy get in the way or get in their heads, this can be destructive, even with the positive flows of the signs. The conjunction will unleash more of the negative qualities, since both Mars and Pluto aspects wants to fight excessively. So with the trine, both people can get things accomplished together and use their energies in more of a romantic way. As always, the sector is still intense, but it is more reserved energy compared to the other two. Okay, and like I told you before, with the squares and the oppositions, it's going to be 10 times more intensified. Okay, where you can be having fights and brawls, and people getting dragged or slammed up against something or flipped over, and it could be a lot. So both parties will unleash it together and express it in a more caring and receptive way. So this is allowing you to be able to take this Mars and aspect Pluto and perfect it in a greater way, in a greater light, because these people can do great things together. Okay, both people have to be mature and not insecure. All right, so I'm gonna leave this on this note for now. In future videos to come, I will go more into depth into Mars in romantic relationship synastry. Okay, and this one was to Pluto, Uranus, Saturn, and also Neptune. Okay, so please be sure to check out 1 and 2. This is part 3. There will probably be a 4. I know it will. But I just wanted to go into more depth. If anybody wants their chart to be analyzed, please hit me up. My phone number is 516-738-6042. I do have the opposite polarity sale still going on. It is Pisces season. Shout out to the Pisces for y'all birthdays. So the Pisces will be saving $100 on their reading. And if you are a Virgo, their opposite polarity, you will be saving $50 off your reading. So please be sure to hit me up if you need that. So this is a force of nature, spiritual awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.